Hey, this is your girl Tysheen. How you doing? How you feeling? I hope you're doing great. Yes, you see the title. Now Norway's prison are different from America. I'm not sure if it's Norway. I know me and my brother was watching one of those prison shows. I think it was on Netflix. And this guy, he traveled to like different prisons around the world, and he tried to compare them and interview the prisoners and stuff like that. I'm not sure if it's Norway, but there was one where the inmates, they're allowed to go to the store. They have like a little shop, and they put money on their card, and they go to the store and they get like name brand food and stuff like that. They're not locked inside their room 24, all day. They could go in it's like a little living room. They hang out with the guards and everything. It was crazy. They got TV, like these big flat TV in their room. It was just crazy. I was looking at it. I was like, whoa. And it didn't even look like prison. So I'm not sure if it was Norway. It might be Norway. It might be Norway. I'm not sure. But we're going to check this out. Yeah, let's check this out.
In a maximum security prison is not a normal life. But that's also an ambition, to reduce the feeling of being in a prison as much as possible.
And in here you have my cell. So I have DVD and movies from there.
The basic question that we ask ourselves in Norway, what kind of neighbor do we really want? Because they could move into my neighborhood and they could move into your neighborhood. So I think this is an important question to ask ourselves, really. That should have an influence on how we work inside prisons.
It's not for the prison to judge or to punish. We have to interact and be human. I think it's as simple as that.
I mean, he's right. Because you treat someone like an animal, they're always going to act like animals. 1980s and early 1990s, Norway began to re-examine the restructured approach to corrections.
The most important thing is how we treat people. This is the 4 key elements that I would like you to remember. The principle of normality, the focus that we have in Norway on humanity inside prisons, what we call dynamic security, and the emphasis that we put on reintegration into society.
I would say the main goal of the trip is for inspiration to go bold back in the United States.
Let's talk a little bit more about Halden then. How do we work and what are the unique things about us?
Wow. So yeah, I think this is the same. I think this is what I watched on Netflix. It looks like the same one. Not the same video, but the guy who I was talking about, he travels different places. I think he went to this prison.
And in here you have my cell. So I have DVD and movies from there. Here we have a real toilet with a shower and everything.
Your own toilet and your own shower.
You can see everybody have their key, so they can open or close the doors whenever they want.
Even though it's nice here, it's still not a summer camp. But I would like you to, look beyond the facilities.
You hear that? It's nice, but it's not a summer camp, okay? They still gotta do their time because they did something they shouldn't be doing outside. So that's why they end up here. But at the same time, they don't want to treat them like I said, they don't want to treat them like animals, They want to get to them, teach them, and hopefully they do better when they leave.
It's not the most important thing.
So this is the cell. Every cell is similar. And here we have the kitchen, where I used to prepare the food. You can see here is inside here.
That's a really important principle in Norway,
Nice.
which talks about that taking someone's liberty away and taking them away from their family, away from their community, that in of itself is the punishment. So life inside prisons should look as normal to life in the community as possible.
And in here, you have this washing room. You can wash the clothes and dry it.
Staying in a maximum security prison is not a normal life.
And I noticed you're wearing just
Look at this bedroom. Look at his bedroom. It looked like a school campus. It looks better than some of the school campus here. Look at this. This is crazy. Wow.
wearing normal clothes.
Yeah. That's allowed. You can wear whatever you want.
But that's also an ambition, to reduce the feeling of being in a prison as much as possible. That's the normality principle.
But my thing is, I want to know what kind of crime did they commit? You know, if somebody's a mass murderer and they don't know how to control themselves, like what do they do with those people? Because you can't put them in prison with people who did like petty crimes and stuff like that. So it's like, I don't know how this works.
How you can normalize the correctional setting for individuals to transition out. Bigger challenge in our system, but definitely something to think about. The commissary, the stores, where an individual actually gets to go to a real store and pick out commissary items. I think that's a good adds to the normalization.
Look at the name brand food they get. Wow.
We think this is the most important part. Dynamic security sounds like a very fancy thing, but it's really just having a normal interpersonal relations between the officers, or all staff really, and the inmates. Every inmate has a primary contact officer, and every officer had to have 2 or 3 inmates that he is the contact officer for. That was the ambition.
Wow.
From guard to also be a social worker.
The only thing is, the population play a role in this also. You gotta understand, like, America has the most highest population than Norway. Norway don't have that much population than America. So it's gonna be hard to control that many people to have them live like this, because you're gonna have like hard criminals, light criminals, petty criminals. I don't think it's gonna work here in America. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't think it's gonna work here. It's hard because of the population, and it also depends on how many security guards that they have. Because this is, as you can see, it's not a big prison. From what we see, it's kind of small, so it's more easier to control the prisoners, in my opinion.
The main subjects at the academy: ethics, psychology, communication technique, criminology, law, human rights. Of course, they do learn self-defense, they do learn extraction techniques, they do learn to work as a team, but that's not the major components. It's about how do you treat people respectfully.
My family always think that I just play games, because that's why I like very much to play games. So I often play cards and stuff with inmates.
I know in some states it's forbidden and will have consequences for you if you interact with inmates as a staff member. Because
some inmates, they'll take advantage. That's why a lot of guards here in prison, they're not allowed to interact with the prisoners like that, because the prisoners will take advantage. You're too nice, they'll look at you and they can tell that you're too nice, and they'll take advantage and they'll figure out ways to, to escape or do something. So that's why they can't really do these type of stuff with them.
Quite the opposite here. We expect and demand an interaction between staff and inmates.
It's kind of friendship with someone. and to see the progress and see the changes. That's the best with the job.
The contracts officer is, for example, sitting down with you and making you a future plan. So what for steps by steps to become a free man.
From day one?
Yeah.
So the officers need to know everything about the system and give advice to the inmates about, you know, the future, what steps should they take.
Photos of my daughter, big love of my life. I've been here for 1.5 years, but I was transferred from a prison in Brazil. You can compare that to come from hell to heaven. So.
Yeah. Wow, from Brazil. I've seen prison in Brazil. Oh, y'all need to go check that out. I'm gonna see if I can find the name of that show I was watching. I'm gonna put it right here. If I find it, I'm gonna put it right here. If you don't see it, then I probably can't find it because I forgot the name of it. But yeah, the guy, I'm telling you, this guy, he traveled to Brazil, all different type of countries, and none of these prisons compared to this one here. Like, they're like, it'll be like 100 men sharing one room with one toilet. Let me repeat myself. 100 men with one toilet. Yeah. And they have like bunk beds. They have like, I think like 3 or 4 bunk beds on top of each other with no mattress. They have to try to figure out how to make the bed feel soft. You know, they use clothes, all type of stuff. The bathroom is disgusting. They have like a bucket and oh my gosh. I'm like, whoa. And some of the people that they mixed up with is they mixed them up with murderers, rapists, and people who just did petty stuff like, I don't know, like stealing. You know, they stole clothes or they stole something and they locked them up, you know, because certain prison around the world, they can be very, very harsh. Y'all talk about America, but them other countries, they're worse. And I've seen Brazil, and man, oh man, you better, if you live in Brazil, you better behave yourself. That's all I have to say.
It's a big difference.
Big difference.
Guards, first of all.
They'll beat the crap out of
the guards are more you feel bad and weakness, the more they feel good. Here you have the guards, you know, they was very kind to me when I came. They are still very kind.
I'm sorry. He's right. I've seen, yeah. I've heard stories about that.
We can speak, you know, they treat me as
a human.
A human being.
Yeah.
In Brazil, you get treated like an animal.
I wonder how did he, I just realized something. How did he get transferred from prison from Brazil to Norway? Like, how did that work? Can someone explain that to me in the comments? Like, how, yeah, I'm just curious. Like, what made they say, you know what, we're going to send you to Norway. You still got to do your time. Like, or maybe he's from Norway. Obviously, he probably did crime. Well, he did a crime in Brazil, and they sent him back to his country.
I've been working here since the opening in 2010, and I've been working other prisons before that also. It's not for the prison to judge or to punish, because the police catch the guy, goes to the court, and it gets a sentence perhaps. And then it comes to prison with that. We have to interact and be human. I think it's as simple as that. It really is, because we can create walls between us, but that doesn't help anything. Yeah. We have to communicate. We have to interact.
Without.
Why did he wanted to cry? he look. He got a little emotional right there.
Approaching people with respect and dignity, it's impossible to sit down the next day and talk about his future, because he will not have any trust in you. So in order to, you know, work well with reintegration and future planning, etc., there has to be, you know, a foundation there of trust between the staff and the inmates.
I've visited a lot of
prisons in the United States as well, and somehow I don't have the same kind of feeling of, relief of getting out of an impressive environment that I've experienced coming out of those prisons. I think that says something about how different the environment is here.
You could feel that. I'm not even there. You could feel. It's like a comfort. You feel safe there. That's what I'm trying to say. You feel safe there. Yeah. So yeah.
I think I have big opportunities here to prepare myself for the life after prison. I thought there is still hope. There is still opportunities, to get a good life after getting out. So, yeah.
This was very touching. I'm not gonna lie. This was very, very touching. Yeah, but like I said, it's a little different. It's the same exact place. I think it's the same exact place. But they was interviewing different people that was there in that prison. Well, of course, it's a TV show on Netflix, so they show you more stories to this. But yeah, from Brazil to Norway is a big difference. I could imagine they telling him, you're going to Norway. I wouldn't even show them I'm happy, because they probably try to keep me there. I'm like, why are you smiling? You're going to another prison. Why are you smiling? I don't like that. They probably wouldn't like that. But anyway, this was very interesting. I like to learn about different lifestyles in different countries. So I really enjoy these type of stuff. You learn so much. There's stuff that you haven't learned here in America. Thank God for the internet. Thank God for Google. Thank God for YouTube. Thank God for all of this, because we wouldn't even know that these type of things are going on, is happening around the world. So that's why I enjoy these type of videos. I'm just going on and on about this. This is very nice. But anyway, if there's any other videos you'd like me to react to, let your girl know, okay? I enjoy watching these type of videos. I enjoy comedy and all type of stuff around the world. I enjoy it because it's different, I don't have to watch the same thing over and over and over. So I like to watch new stuff. So let your girl know what's the next video. And also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. So go down there and subscribe. Yeah, go down there and subscribe. And also check out these videos here about Norway. And I'll see you lovely people. Take care of yourself. Bye and